Hi everyone! For today's video, I decided to finish series I'm in the middle of. So I'm sure you've seen this around YouTube on other channels. I got this idea from, I saw like Sarah Caroli do it, I saw Just Allie, and then also Haley Pham do it. So I was like, oh, I'm in the middle of so many series right now, and that's a great idea. So for this first part, because I won't finish every series I'm in the middle of in this video, but for part one I'm going to be finishing the Housemaid series. I already read this one. I did do a reading vlog of this one. I think it's in the reading thrillers for a week. I don't know, I'll put it in like the iCard in the corner, but I finished this one a while ago. I've had this one for a little bit and I was like, oh, I should probably finish that because there's only 2 in the series so far. I don't know if she's putting out more, but I was like, might as well. I've been wanting to read it, wanting to kind of finish off this little plot, but I think I started reading like the prologue for it and then like a little bit of chapter 1, but I think it's the same main character. Like the main character from this, her name is Millie, right? Millie is like a housekeeper for this family that she found through like an online ad, and then like things start unraveling. And then this one, she's like also a housekeeper for this family. I don't know a lot, but I could just read the back. It says, "It's hard to find an employer who doesn't ask too many questions about my past, so I thank my lucky stars that the Garricks miraculously give me a job, cleaning their stunning penthouse with views across the city and preparing fancy meals in their shiny kitchen. I can work here for a while, stay quiet until I get what I want. It's almost perfect, but I still haven't met Mrs. Garrick or seen inside the guest room. I'm sure I hear her crying. I notice spots of blood around the neck of her white nightgowns while I'm doing laundry, and one day I can't help but knock on the door. When it gently swings open, what I see inside changes everything. That's when I make a promise. After all, I've done this before. I can protect Mrs. Garrick while keeping my own secrets locked up safe. Douglas Garrick has done wrong. He's going to pay. It's simply a question of how far I'm willing to go." So that's interesting. It's like similar to the plot. I don't know, because I don't want to spoil, but yeah. So I'm going to start this. I want to finish it in the next like 2 or 3 days. This one didn't take me that long to finish at all, so I will come back after a few chapters, because I think the chapters are short, and let you know more of my thoughts. Okay, I made it to page 50, which is the beginning of chapter 10. And so far, there's a lot of loose ends starting to accumulate. Like, when she was walking back to her apartment, like towards the beginning of the book, there was someone who was following her, but said that he lived in the apartment below her. And nothing else has been said about that, so I'm interested about that. Then Douglas is his name, is acting very weird about his wife Wendy, and saying like Wendy is so sick and you're not allowed to talk to her. But Wendy was crying in her room. So like right now, especially because it's so early in the book, everything is just now starting to like get confusing. So I'm excited to see how everything gets more confusing, like in this part, and then answers in this one. Because one thing I really liked about this book was how all like the questions got answered. So I'm assuming it's the same thing for this one. And I've heard that people liked this one better, or like rated it higher. So I'm excited to see like what differences makes this one like a higher rating to other people than that one. But anyways, I will come back in like another 50 or so pages. Okay, I made it to chapter 15, which is on page 74, and something with the creepy guy that I had a bad feeling about before, there was like a conflict between him and Millie. I knew he was bad from the start, but anyways, still don't know why the wife won't come and say like hi or leave the room even, or why the husband is being really sketchy. But I just wanted to come here and say that I was right about Xavier, and he deserves jail time, so I will continue. I made it to chapter 27, and I feel like with what's going on right now, and it like not even being halfway through the book, I feel like it's too good to be true. Like there's something is gonna happen. Like things are not going to go as smoothly as they are hoping. I don't want to spoil too much, but maybe I'll do a spoiler section at the end. But something is gonna happen, and I don't think that they are going to achieve what they want to as smoothly as they think that they are. So we'll see. I'm on page 122, so we'll see how long it takes for this to all unravel. Chapter 31. What the hell? What? The man who was in the car that was following her for the past however many weeks or months. Things are gonna get interesting. What the heck? Something doesn't feel right. This is gonna be bad. Okay. Anyways. Hi everybody, it is the next day, and I read probably to about 170 yesterday, and right now I just finished page 202. I'm about to start part 2, and things are definitely picking up. It's following the same pattern as the house. I'm pointing down there because you're sitting on top of the book, but it's following the same pattern as the housemaid. So I'm interested to see if it continues the same way, or if there's going to be like another sort of timeline. I don't know. We'll see, but I do see that there's a part 3, so far that's pretty similar. And also, last night I was searching up this book to put in my Goodreads, like currently reading, and I guess there's gonna be a 3rd book in the series that comes out in June. So after this video, I still won't be done with this series. I thought there was only gonna be 2. I'll be interested to see how they get another storyline for a book for this. I don't know. I was reading like the reviews, even though I don't even know if it's definitely not out, or if like people got arcs or whatever. But let me search it up. I think it's called The Housemaid is Watching. I mean, people are rating it 5 stars. But someone said, is this a necessary addition to The Housemaid and The Housemaid's Secret? No. Am I going to still read it? Yes. But I am going to continue. I don't know how many pages there are, and I don't want to spoil, so I'm going to look. Oh, there's 327. So I have like 125 pages left, and I feel like I could get that done in the next 2 hours. So we shall see, and I will let you know more thoughts. Okay, I just finished part 2, and I really got. Like, I got for sure. Freida McFadden just, especially in these 2 books, I don't know, I've never read her other books, but in these 2 books, she just writes certain characters in a way where you're like, oh my god, they're so like innocent, they need help, like, oh my gosh, what happened? And then you see like their intentions behind the events that previously transpired. Without like giving too much away, but it's just, she really knows how to write characters that give off a certain personality, not personality, but like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. She just writes the characters in like such a flipped way, and then when you see their perspective, you're just like, oh. So that's where I'm at, and I'm gonna start part 3. I have like 60, almost 70 pages left, but I think I'm gonna have like a spoiler section at the end, because there's just some points that I need to express out loud, but don't want to right now, in case people are watching this without having read this book or even the first book. So I definitely am going to do a spoiler section towards the end. So if you've read this book, you can listen to that. But I will come back. Okay, I am back with my final thoughts of The Housemaid's Secret, and it was still very similar in like the plot as well as the structure of The Housemaid, but it was still really good. Like, the plot twist in here I was not expecting, and just like the fact that she had to go through exactly the same like as this book. I'm like, girlie, did you not learn the first time? Like, is the 3rd book, because apparently there's a 3rd book coming out, I hope she doesn't get in any sort of mess again in the 3rd book, because I'd be like, okay, maybe it's a you problem at this point. But anyways, that is all I want to say, I think, like without spoilers. So if you have read this book and you want to continue watching the spoilers, keep watching. But if you haven't read this book, I'm gonna save the spoilers. So thank you for watching this video, and then let me know your thoughts after you read this book, and then come back to the spoilers, and then we could talk more. But anyways, so first thing that was freaking crazy to me was Enzo was the one that was following her in that Mazda, the black Mazda. I was like, when she realized that it was him following her, and she was like, oh my god, you're so crazy. Want to hook up? It's like, no, no, babe, no. That's weird, right? That's weird that he didn't say anything to her. Like, yes, I get it, that he was probably scared of what she was going to think after he left for so long. But it's like, you were so scared this whole time of a stalker following you, and now you're like, oh, it's okay, it was just you. I'd be like, no, I'd be pissed. I'd be so mad. Another thing, the wife, what's her name? Mary Beth? That was shocking. I did not expect Mary Beth to be the one in the cabin, or was it a cabin or a lake house? Whatever. Not expecting that. So it was kind of the same thing in the first one where they had the prologue, and you're like, oh my god, obviously, like, Millie says that. And then you go back to, like, or you go to chapter 1, part 1, whatever, and then it starts with Millie, so you're like, oh, that's Millie. But it's not. And the same thing happened in this book, and you think I would have been smart enough to, like, realize that it was obviously not her, and it was someone else. I wouldn't. I didn't know. I feel stupid. But whatever. I figured it out after I read it. But what else? I really thought that Brock was some, like, player in this messed up game. I was like, oh yeah, like, it's gonna come out that, like, what's his name, Douglas is his dad or something, because they were, like, taking the same heart medication. Or was it the other guy? What was the other guy's name? I already forgot. It wasn't Simon. Russell. I can't remember. But when they said that, I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. And then I'm trying to think. I forgot. I finished this book a couple hours ago. I forgot everything. But I can't really think of anything else. Other than, like, I really thought that Millie was gonna go to jail. Like, for sure. I thought this was the end. Because in the middle of this book, I searched up to put it on my Goodreads, like I already said. And then it came up, because I just searched up the housemaid. It came up the housemaid secret, and then the housemaid is watching. And I'm like, I thought I was going to be done with this series. So I was, like, hoping it was going to wrap up nicely, which I guess it did, but I don't know. Wendy, she's not a girl's girl. She totally threw Millie under the bus, which sucks because Millie was trying to, like, help her out and, like, save her from this situation that she thought was awful, when it wasn't. Wendy was just lying to her the whole time, which sucks. But yeah, that's all I have for this, finishing the series, even though I technically not finished, but continuing a series I'm in the middle of. So thank you so much for watching this video. I don't know what I want to read next, but I have quite a few options I can read, so I will see you guys next video.